Hello, and welcome to the Week 8 video lecture. This week I wanted to address the current assignment coming up in the context of what you have just done with the memo assignment, with one eye looking forward to the final research project. One way to think of this course, and you should kind of get this sense from the textbook, is that it's a course about how to write science articles, science journal articles, well, as an academic and a researcher. And so it differs from the technical writing class in that we're more focused on the sciences. And so, the hard sciences, physics, astronomy, biology, botany, these kinds of things, right? And so the course, one way you could view the course is we're leading up to a final research paper. So the first assignment I had you all do was the memo writing assignment. And that was simply an opportunity to dig deep into a field of research in the sciences and to use that research in the purposes of an argument, a very short one-page argument, which is really in some ways exactly what you're doing for the current assignment, which is a journal review that's leading up to the final argumentation journal article, basically. So all of these are somewhat linked. One way to think of each of the writing assignments, there's really about 3 areas that you need to focus on when you're writing these assignments. One is simply the content. Is the content, is the argument there? Have you done the research? Does the research develop the main idea, the thesis? The second part would be the organizational structure, okay, the form of the content. So does it have a strong thesis which is developed through a body of paragraphs, each which proves or supports or develops that thesis leading up to a conclusion? And then the third part is just grammar and style. Not really that exciting, but definitely important. So if you think of each paper, each writing assignment in terms of those 3 things, you'll have a rubric for each assignment. And so again, the first part is the content, which includes the research and the argument. The second part is the form, the organizational structure, how everything is put into place for that a particular point that you're making. And then the third is grammar and style. So I think what I'll do here briefly is discuss the research journal review, since it is a precursor assignment to the final project at the end of the semester. And essentially, I posted all this information last week, and Chapter 5 in our textbook does a lot of work discussing what a journal review is. One way to think of it is it's your account of the current research out there in a particular area that you are focusing on. Okay, so you will locate. So the idea here is to begin to think about something in the sciences, a subject that you are interested in. Maybe that even relates to your profession, if you want that. If you want to work in that way. Locate a subject and then begin to dig into it. Go to the journals, go to the websites, begin reading about that subject. Figure out what the problems and the issues in that particular area are. What are the questions? What are some of the big questions? What are some of the small questions that are being asked that need to be fleshed out more? And then figure out a kind of problem statement. This an area that needs more work for these reasons. and here is what I want to do. Here's how I'm going to add to that. That's kind of what a journal review is. So it goes directly to the research. It does a survey of a variety of articles, preferably the most important ones that keep recurring, and does a little, you give an account for each article. That is, you give a summary of it, you discuss what's it about, and then you discuss it in terms of your subject and where you want to go with it. So the review, you already have to have a good idea of what you want to write about. Your angle, I guess, is one way to think about it. Definitely have an angle as well, and ideally a working thesis. Of course, you can email me if you have any questions about the content on the front end. It's better to do that on the front end. If you're not sure, for example, if your subject would be included in the sciences or not, you might want to email me. I'm also available via phone. So basically, just to kind of run down the assignment, you're analyzing and articulating the research, and then you're connecting it to the kind of work that you're going to do. So I said here I'd like you to review 5 to 10 articles concerning your chosen research subject. Again, the topic is very broad, so feel free. Some students flourish in that kind of freedom. Others get a little nervous, and so if you want to get a little nervous with all that broad of a scope, again, please do email me and I can help you narrow it down or kind of guide you in the right direction. The review will be about 5 pages, minimum of 5 pages long. And then I kind of give you a couple of organizational strategies. You can either write the review kind of thematically or chronologically. Chronologically would just be almost a story of your research as you've been completing it. You went to this article first, this article led you to this article led you to that one, etc., and kind of cover each particular article by itself. Another way would be to actually have, say, 5 or 6 themes that you have detected after doing the research, and then just jump around as needed, but focusing on each theme. So you'd have the first theme, the second theme, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and then each journal article would kind of just plug in as needed. You know, maybe 2 or 3 serve the fourth theme. Maybe the first article supports the third theme, right? And these themes would just be concepts that you have uncovered and that you're articulating for the purposes of your final research project down the road. Okay, so again, the purpose of the review is to summarize the research, offer commentary and analysis with one eye on your final project. All right, after you've done a good review, the research is over. You're just now going to frame it in terms of an argument. So if you want to think of it, the review in terms of a kind of summary and commentary about the research, the final article would be more of an argument that uses this research in the service of that main point that you're going for. So this is fairly normal research method for any of the disciplines. But again, we're interested in the science as a topic, so we'll want to keep our topics kind of in that direction. So we will be using MLA form, so make sure you have a grasp on that. Okay, so that basically covers the review, the journal review, and kind of where we're going from here. So please, if you have any questions, I know some of you have questions about the memo assignment. I've emailed some of you, talked to you on the some of you on the phone. If you have any questions, I'm available by email and phone anytime. So please reach out if you're confused about anything, and I'm happy to help out. So. All right, have a good week, and I will see you all in class. Thanks. Bye.